Sandy, come here. Real quick. Just real quick. Come here. Real. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here for another recap of F Around and Find Out. This is season 3, episode 2, The Choice. All right. If you guys are brand new to the channel, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button if you are back from the last video and you have not made that commitment. If you're back from Married at First Sight or Love is Blind or any of the other shows that I do and you are still looking for a YouTube home, I got you. All right. Hit that subscribe button. Stop typing in Tammy Talks is long, whatever. Don't do that. Subscribe. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed the video. If I made you laugh or even if I pissed you off, I've done my job. So thumbs up the video. Leave your comments spoiler free. Comments down below. I know the video was later than I typically get these out, but I am truly still on episode 2. So snitches get stitches in my comment section. And me and my homeboy here, y'all see his sword? We would hate to have to stick it to you, okay? No spoilers in the comments. You will be blocked. No ifs, ands, or buts. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. Before we do that, because it's been a minute, let's do a refresher on who our people are. So we have Zaina and JR, Nick and Sandy, Mariah and Caleb. I didn't realize how cute Caleb is. Caleb is cute. Is he white? Is he mixed? Is he biracial? We'll find out. Dave and Vanessa. Chanel and Micah. Aria and Scotty. Oh, I got them twice. And then I feel like I'm missing somebody. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So this episode starts off with dating week. So it's dating week, guys. So remember, the premise of the show is these couples come. One person in the couple wants to be married, at least engaged. The other person does not. So, hey, let's go date other people so you can realize you really want me. So, now that the couples are officially broken up by standards of the show, they are now free to go ahead and date amongst each other and mingle. Now, I have always felt that when it comes to the ultimatum, I personally think, just me, that the best way to do this show would not be for the couples to date other people, because it doesn't make sense to have two people that do not want to get married that were receivers of the ultimatum to get linked up. They should bring in a whole batch of singles and let the couples all pick between these singles. That's what I think they should do, but whatever the case. So let's do some dating. All right. So the first date that we see is Vanessa and Nick, a fake ass Lachey. Okay. So they match each other's energy. They're vibing. She said that she stopped bodybuilding because Dave didn't like it. I said, well, now we have seen some men that do not like their women to be real hard body like that. So I see it. But on the other hand, because y'all know I'm a Libra, I'm gonna always bring my scales out. If this is something that she honestly enjoys and something that she really does, it's crazy that Dave does not support her. So Nick wants to know if she's okay with sage and incense in the house. I said, you on your Badu? Okay, Nick Badu, I'm all with it. I got some incense burning right now. I do. I love incense. So Nick said he feels like he's an outlier because he's the only creative in the group. So he's very artsy. He looks at himself as very eclectic, and everybody else is a little more, I don't want to say rigid, but everybody else is a little more corporate. We'll say it like that. So Nick said that Sandy, his partner, does not like his quirky self, and some of the things that he does, some of his quirks annoy her. And that's too bad. You should never feel like you being your true, authentic self is annoying to your partner. I really felt bad for him in that moment, and that's where the annoyance stopped for me in Nick this episode. But Vanessa said that Nick deserves a weirdo that is just like him, and you do. Hell, let's be real, everybody in the world is weird. It's just a matter of finding somebody that match your weird. That's all it is. So we then get to Dave and Chanel. I feel so bad for Dave. And it's weird because Vanessa issued the ultimatum, but Dave is taking it the hardest. Like, wow, you would think that Dave issued, but okay. So Dave and Chanel. So they both want to come out of this as a better person, which is great. Introspection is very, very key. Chanel wants someone that will show her blind spots. Introspection, girl. You should be able to, just like when you're driving, okay, be able to check your own blind spots. But having somebody show you that as well is still very key. So she asks, would Dave ever kiss someone before dating? He doesn't answer. So I took that as a no. So Dave said that you are exclusive after 3 or 4 days. No, you're not. No, you're not, Dave. No, 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 no. You are exclusive when you have a conversation about exclusivity. You are not exclusive because y'all done been out 3 or 4 times. Wow. Wow. So Dave and Chanel have both felt that they don't want to be there in the process anymore, but they know that their partners are fully immersing themselves in the process, and they are. They are. So they both acknowledge that they will be hurt if their partner gets physical with somebody else while they are there. Now, like I mentioned in my last recap, we have seen couples come in and lay out ground rules and lay out what they think is going to work for them. It seems like Dave and Chanel did not do that with their partners because now they're kind of teetering on, I would be hurt. I would, like, did you not tell him that? That's We got to lay out ground rules with this show. But again, when you come on F around and find out, anything can happen. So we get to Micah and Mariah. So they are out on a date, and Micah said that a quirky trait about him is if he's watching a movie, he has a tendency to start imitating people's voices moving forward if it stands out. That ain't quirky, Micah. We all do that. We all do that. I am known to yell, "You got a Picasso in your house," because I love Esquire from ATL so much, right? And you got to say it the way he said it. You got to say it the way he said it. That's not quirky, Micah, okay? So Mariah said that she likes to break out and dance, even though she's not good at it, but she kind of feels like she's not good at it because when she was younger, she was not able to be free and creative as a child, which is unfortunate. So she said her parents split when she was around 1 year old, and she lived with her mother primarily up until she was 8 years old, and then she lived with her father. So while she lived with her mom was like a helicopter mom, really very controlling, really wanted Mariah up under her at all times. So she never got the ability to go out and be free as a child. So she was saying that even if her cousins were over, her cousins were able to go outside and play, but Mariah wasn't. So Micah was like, wow, Micah, had the freedom to like ride his bike out of the neighborhood and go on adventures. I grew up the same way. My neighborhood, there were probably, oh my God, like 16 of us, 16 kids. There were so many of us. We all were coming from, majority of us came from two-parent households. There were, a few that were in single-parent households, but there were so many of us. We were all within the same age range. We are all still like close enough that we have like a big group chat. We're all Facebook friends. We follow each other on Instagram, and we ran that neighborhood, right? So I grew up in a very residential area where we would get on our bikes and we would be gone, gone for hours. And we had that ability to do that. And I think that stuff like that does teach a level of independence with children. We learned, like, do's and don'ts. We learned stranger danger. We learned how to take care of each other. I feel like we learned a lot about friendship and bonding by doing that. A lot of us had siblings. I had an older brother. There were, a family that had three brothers and a sister. There were just two sisters. So, like, I feel like it kind of grows you up while still giving you that childlike mentality. And it's too bad that Mariah didn't get that experience. So we then pan over to Caleb and Arya. So they are both insecure about their ears, apparently. I said, okay. So Caleb is insecure about not being able to give everything to his partner that his partner may want. So he feels that people that say that all you need is love is bullshit. He said, no, we need that shmoney too. So that's what Caleb is feeling like. It's not that he's saying he's broke, okay? We want to clarify that. He's not saying he's broke, but he's saying that he wants to make sure that if his girlfriend or his wife needs anything, he is able to financially give it to her. He doesn't want to feel like, oh, we may not be able to afford it or, anything of that sort. So Arya said that she never wants to feel like she cannot do something because of a man's paycheck. So she's on some, just because you can't afford it, I don't want to feel like we can't go out and do it. So she wants somebody with some money. So that makes me wonder, does Scotty not have a bag about himself? That's what that gave to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Arya likes to be stable in everything, and she said that sometimes her emotions are overwhelming for Scotty. Clearly, because she was crying last episode 1, and Scotty yelled at her ass. And this is when we needed my homeboy to stick and move, because why are you yelling at her for having emotions? That's crazy. That's crazy. So she said that she's not able. I don't know what I wrote down, y'all. She's okay with being looked at as the villain because she was given the ultimatum. And she kind of feels like the point that she's at now, she's not able to be. I don't know what I wrote, y'all. This sentence don't make sense. We're going to skip over that, okay? So Caleb feels that Caleb feels like he's replaceable in his relationship, and that scares him. That would scare me too. You don't ever want to feel like your partner can just simply put you out, put you in, and then take you out and replace you with somebody else. That's not the vibe that you want whatsoever. So he's wondering, like, why am I building with someone, and why am I building you up and pouring into you, and you're not doing the same for me? Feeling replaceable in your relationship is sad. I feel bad for him when he said that. Let's have some fun now. We get to the cocktail party. So while we're at the cocktail party, it's not as tense as the last one was, where they decided to play quarters. This one is a little bit more relaxed. But people are still on guard because we know that in another day or two, we are going to be linking up and starting our trial marriages. So they decide to play Never Have I Ever. Why? Y'all are picking terrible party games. So Nick is saying how he has faked an orgasm before. So, Sandy is looking like, with me, how does a man fake an orgasm? And I said, girl, this is why y'all don't play Never Have I Ever. Vanessa is telling Chanel that all the men are drawn to her and that she's perfect. And I'm like, Vanessa, I got my eyes on you. Why are you telling her this? Is it giving jealousy? Is it giving, I got my eyes on you? I got all 4 of them on you now, Vanessa. That was weird that you said that. That was weird that you brought it up. So JR and Sandy are talking, and they're saying how they're both such a good fit and they're attracted to each other and they see passion in each other's eyes. And I'm like, y'all just want to fuck. Y'all just want to fuck. So Vanessa asks Nick why he isn't talking to her. So they go over to the side, and Nick is like, because we been in front of everybody. And I was with her. What does that mean? How are we going to be the fake Lachey's if you not talking to me? You scared to talk to me in front of people? He then tells her that he has feelings for her. What? Feelings? Feelings? Y'all, you just met her. But okay, you got feelings for her. So he's telling her that he's glad they met and she's the one for him. And she's like, oh my God, you are so sweet. He was like, but she doesn't give a but though. She was like, there's no but. Just, I think you're sweet and I think you're great. Meanwhile, so while Vanessa is over here schmoozing, trying to get her a new man, Dave is all but crashing out. So Dave is talking to Chanel about how he was looking forward to seeing Vanessa and he's missed her. And it's really tough to see her bouncing between these other two men. So Chanel is very sweet. She's precious. She's like, okay, you're not in a good mood. Let's turn around and let's smile, and then it's gonna permeate, and we're gonna smile together. I said, look at this here. They do it. It's a cute little scene. I think Dave and Chanel are going to like link up, and even if they don't form like a romantic relationship, I think that they are going to be good just as friends and to kind of teach each other what maybe they're missing in their partners and what they're missing in themselves. So I think they're going to be like a really good friendship, if nothing else. So while Dave is, like I said, kind of crashing out, um, we see Vanessa over there all but doing the butt. Girl, sit down, Vanessa. You doing too much. You doing too much. We then see JR and Micah have a fuckboy conversation. Let's have a fuckboy off, shall we? So these two niggas are sitting here talking about this is our chance to be with a white girl. Let's not fetishize the ladies, okay? Let's not fetishize the ladies. You ever been with a white girl? Nah, I ain't ever. And it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Do y'all see this as a hall pass? Discussed it with the conversation. Let's move on. So Dave and Vanessa go over to the side to talk. Dave gets choked up. He starts crying, saying he's had a tough week. And I was like, Dave, you received the ultimatum. And here's the thing. I understand that it is hard to, one, come onto the show, and then two, break up with your partner and then watch your partner date with other people, but you didn't want to commit to her. You didn't want to commit to her. You didn't want to propose to her. So it's interesting how now you don't know what you got till it's gone, I guess. So she said, Vanessa said that this week has showed her what she's missing in her relationship. And I said, so now you about to be rude. Now you about to be rude. Okay, keep going, girl. Keep going. So she said that this week she has been dating people and she's kind of seeing the qualities that she wants in a relationship. She's seeing the qualities that she likes. And David's like, I like our life together. Her response is, I'm excited for this week. I said, damn. Wow, don't do that. Don't do that. I understand the premise of the show. I understand being fully immersed into the process, but I feel like this season, more so than the past two seasons, these people are being unnecessarily shady. Unnecessarily shady. Maybe it's me. I don't know, but it's like, why y'all being so nasty and in front of each other? I don't get it. So, um, he takes her saying that she sees qualities in other men there to mean that he does not have the qualities that she wants. And she tells him, don't worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. Worry about the process. I said, oh, Vanessa. Ooh. Okay, girl, F around and find out. Remember, you signed up for this. You wanted the ultimatum. You signed up for this. Okay? F around and find out. We then see Scotty and Zaina talking the next day after the cocktail party. We are on basically the final dates because we're getting to the choice. So Scotty and Zayn are out and they're talking about how complex the process is because they came into this still very much in love with their partners and dating and still wanting a future with them, but now they're meeting these other people and kind of forming relationships with them. So it's kind of difficult to navigate, and yes, I can see how it's a huge conflict of interest for sure. So they talk about what they sleep in. He sleeps in boxers, she sleeps in panties. Okay, so y'all gonna be fucking is what I get from this. Because nobody is sleeping in proper attire for strangers. Okay. So she asks him what are his expectations in a wife. He wants someone that is going to make him feel uplifted and supported. He said, I like effort. I said, so are you saying that Arya is not putting forth effort in y'all? Okay, we'll figure that out. So she wants a husband that is going to be 100% invested. So she said that she's very independent, but sometimes she doesn't want to be. She wants somebody to sometimes be like, you know what, baby, I got this for you. Don't worry about that. Put my card on the table. That's what she wants. I can be independent if I want to, but I don't want to have to be independent all the time. So Scotty is saying that he's not used to that because Arya apparently is very independent and wants to be independent, and we have seen that in her previous conversations. So he is up for the challenge of dating somebody basically that he can take care of. I think that Scotty wants somebody he can control, to be honest. But we'll see. We then get JR and Arya. So they show he shows up to the date. They're at like a little spot getting something to eat and they talk about children. JR said that he does not have a timeline for kids and then he said that he understands that women have a biological clock. He gets that. He said it himself, I understand it. He then within the same breath, the same decides to say but I don't want a woman's timeline to influence when I have kids. Did it make sense to you? Okay, because it didn't make sense to me. Okay. It didn't make sense to us. That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You understand that a woman has a biological clock, right? Right? But you don't want that to influence when you have kids. Nigga, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because we know that the older that women get, the more risk they are when they have pregnancy. On top of that, black women are just overall, we are high risk when we're pregnant. Like, come on, Jr. Come on, Jr. Let's use it. Y'all don't be wanting to use your thinker, like you. Okay, so he thinks that Zania, am I saying her name right? Zania. He thinks that Zania just wants to be married and have kids because her friends are not married. And so he feels like that's just why she wants to do it. Have you had that conversation with her? I guess would be my question. I also kind of feel like he might feel that way because JR is divorced. So they're already on two different paths, right? She wants to be married and he's kind of on some been there, done that. So he then she asks Arya if he is completely healed from his relationship where there was the infidelity. So apparently, I'm assuming his ex-wife cheated on him. If I'm wrong, don't let me know because it's probably a spoiler. But I'm assuming that his ex-wife cheated on him. He said, look, he has shut that part out. He's moved past it. He doesn't really think about it, but he does know that divorce is not an option. I want people to stop saying that. I am begging y'all to stop saying that. I'm begging y'all to stop saying that. People come on these shows and they love to say divorce is not an option. Divorce is always an option. It's always an option. But you know why? Because it is literally an option. You are not forced to stay married to anybody. You are not. You're not. But okay. So JR is then saying how he feels very vulnerable with Arya, like he can really open up and relax and be himself. He likes that they have similar backgrounds because they understand each other a lot more. She sees characteristics in him that she really wants in her marriage. He is the one that does not want to be married though, Arya. Remember, both of y'all were receiving of the ultimatum, but okay. So they then talk about feeling guilty for embracing the process. Like they love their spouses, they love their partners, their ex partners, but they feel guilty that they are now fully immersed in this and they're making connections with other people. So just when we think that JR might be leaning towards Arya, he goes on a date with Sandy. Remember, he has the white woman fetish. Okay, this is his chance to fuck a white woman. Is what he said. It's what he said. So they go over to, he goes, it looks like they get the same damn place. He just goes inside to date her, and they're both like, let's drink up and turn up. Because she said she waited all day to have a drink with him. I want to say he didn't wait. He was just outside sipping something. So he already a little loose. He's already a little loose. So they talk about living together. JR said that he's super independent. He cooks his own meals, cooks all his own food. I was with Sandy. Don't you live with Zania? Don't you live with her? And he was like, I'm on a strict diet. I know my body down to a science. I know what I need, whatever. I just cook my own food. How does that work? So y'all don't eat dinner together? Hey, that ain't my business, right? No, whoa, none of my business. So Sandy, before that, they pan out widen up the screen, and she now has her leg over his legs. I said, y'all real close. His hand is all but on her crouch. I said, crouch, all but on her crotch. I said, what is going on? Move your hand from her snatch. Y'all are in the restaurant. So they're real close. They're canoodling. Remember, he was giving her the squeezes all on her shoulder the other episode, the other night at the cocktail party. So Sandy asks if he thinks that Zania will be mad if he connects with someone else. I was with JR. Hell yeah. She brought him there. Yes. Yes. Sandy, I feel like you on bullshit, sis. I feel like you on bullshit. I really do. I really do. Am I confusing Sandy and Vanessa? I feel like I'm confusing Sandy and Vanessa. I wanted Vanessa to come up front, not Sandy. That's who I wanted. Vanessa, girl, you can go back, have a seat. Sandy, bring that ass on front. You come on up. No. Sandy, you go back to the seat. Vanessa, you come up front. I'll get you together in a moment. We'll circle back to you. So Sandy is now claiming that she did not expect to come and find a connection. They talk about kissing. Oh my God, I like your lips. Oh my God, we all know what that means. We're grown. A man says that you got some sexy lips. I like your lips. He wants to kiss you. So now we have this. What kind of kiss do you like? I like wet, sloppy kisses. It's basically spitting in my mouth. I said, oh, you just met her. But cool. So next thing you know, they kiss and he is gushing like a little schoolgirl while now rubbing her thighs and all but ready to take her right then and there in the spot. Let's get to the choice. All right, so I'm gonna run through these because I feel like a lot of this was very shady, to be honest. So Scotty is going to pick Zania. Zania is picking Scotty. Um, Scotty said that he's been in a relationship for 3 years and he is fighting for that person to still see who he really is. But he feels that Zania is seeing him for his worth. I said, damn, that was rude. That was rude. That was rude. Zania feels that she is ready to receive the type of love that she wants to give. That was a dagger towards JR. It's safe to assume those two are going to pick each other. We then get Mariah and Micah. Micah said he doesn't feel challenged in his relationship and he thinks that Mariah challenges him. That was a dagger towards Chanel. Micah and Mariah are now paired up. Chanel and Dave. Chanel feels that she is finally at peace with somebody. Girl, you can relax because Micah seems like a lot. So Micah was sitting there fuming. Now you just threw shade at her. You just threw shade at her by saying that she doesn't challenge you because that's shade. But now that she feels at peace because she don't have to try to give a nigga a test every time they have a conversation. Now you're over there just fidgeting, just fidgeting. Didn't you say you wanted a white bitch? Didn't you say you wanted a white woman? This is your chance to get with a white woman. Isn't that what you and JR just said the other night? I heard it. I remember it. I wrote it down. So what are you mad for? I don't understand these people. So Micah then tells Dave through tears, like legit tears, that this isn't my best friend. Keep her safe. As long as she's safe, you safe. I said, well, okay. I mean, you didn't want to be with her though. She's your best friend that you don't want to marry. She's your best friend that is not the right time to marry. Okay, Micah. Okay. So, JR. So JR starts off by complimenting Arya and said that she then says that she doesn't hear a lot of nice things from her ex. And I'm like, damn, Scotty, you really wilding at the house, ain't you? Mm. So Nick said that it took Sandy a lot of time to open up because JR is saying how him and Sandy have really connected and he feels like they really know each other and they're kind of going deep. So Sandy is then saying how I'm not good with eye contact. What? Because Nick is like, it's crazy how it took me forever to get you to open up, and it seemed very easy for you to do that with JR. Instead of say, well, I'm not good at eye contact. Girl, you've been looking up in JR's eyes the moment that you saw him. Play with somebody else. So Nick said, well, it looks like you're doing a good job with the eye contact now. And I said, clock it, Nick. Don't let her talk to you like that. Don't let her play in your face. So then Sandy is like, you don't know about me and JR. We have a connection. We're going very, very deep because y'all have already kissed and y'all haven't even picked each other. If JR don't pick Sandy, I know something. This is crazy. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Shout out to everybody that subscribed from the last video. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. Remember, snitches get stitches, and we will shank you up in here if you come in spoiling the episode. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.